Oh, didn't see you there. If it weren't caught on camera, no one would believe it. Have you ever had a moment in your life where you saw something so incredibly impossible to happen, you filmed it, and you thought to yourself, if that wasn't filmed, no one would believe me. Just like what happened here. Did you know I could actually teleport? Anyways, this video is made by Mind Warehouse, so make sure you go to his channel, you hit like, subscribe, because he's the one who made this video. Also guys, if you've been enjoying content so far, make sure you hit like and subscribe to our own channel as well. Click the notification bell down there so you can get notifications on our daily uploads. We post daily. We post everything from reaction videos, gameplay videos, anime intro edits. So make sure you visit our channel because you'll find the content there that you like. And without further ado, let's react to things that were impossible.
Hello everyone. You've probably been in a situation where your friend is telling an unbelievable story, but you know that it's all made up. It just can't be real. Moreover, your friend doesn't have any
Nicolas
proof.
Cage.
But what if
That's
in
a scary
fact,
face.
Sometimes the strangest things get caught on camera and you just can't believe that they're real. But see it for yourself. Let's get it on.
Subscribe to his channel, he's the one who made this video.
Let's be honest, car accidents don't usually end well. Even
Yep,
if it's not
they
a
don't.
terrible crash, it at least means stress and a lot of trouble for the car owners. Not to mention the damage to the car itself, like dents and so on. But it turns out that you can deal with a small dent by yourself without paying loads of money to special people. All you need is some water, which you're going to pour directly on the dent, and a plunger.
And you need
yes,
plunge.
it's that
You need
simple.
me.
We wouldn't believe it either if we hadn't seen it with our own eyes. When South Africa's rugby team
that's
won
a
the
little
World
bit,
Cup for the
a
third
little
time,
bit.
the whole country
I'll believe
celebrated,
that.
and the mood of the residents spread far beyond the borders of the country. Sailors of the research vessel Gemini craft took a rugby ball into the sea and convinced a beluga to play with them. Yes, we're talking about a huge, scary whale. The crew members threw the ball into the water, and the whale repeatedly caught it and brought it back. We usually expect this kind of behavior from dogs, but it can also be seen in beluga whales.
So
They're
is that a
curious,
trained
playful,
beluga whale,
and
or
ready
is
to
it a
make
wild?
contact
If
with
it's a
people,
wild whale,
especially when they want to celebrate
that just
the
shows you how
success of their
smart they
national
are.
team.
That is so cute. Also scary because, you know, they could eat you.
Riding a bike with one hand, easy peasy. Riding a bike with no hands, a little harder but doable.
I meant to do that.
But what about riding without a front wheel? We wouldn't have thought it was possible.
Whoa, and he put it in. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
The lifts
Okay.
are closed and there's
Okay.
no snow in the foothills. Not a problem. You can put on your skis and ride on a slope even without snow, but only if it's covered with
Oh,
fallen
Jesus.
leaves. And please be careful and avoid the trees.
Ooh, okay, that takes a lot of skill. Your reaction time would have to be so quick.
If you throw a coin in the water, it will sink instantly. Everyone knows this, and everybody has probably seen coins sink, for example after throwing them into a fountain. But it turns out, even this rule has its exceptions. Aluminium
was that?
coins can float because they don't weigh much, but you have to place them in the right way, and then the coins will float thanks to surface tension. Physics, friends, what a strange thing. Falling asleep behind the wheel is a nightmare.
Ooh, never do that. If you're sleepy, just wait, just sleep. Don't drive.
Even if it's just
park your car.
Something terrible can happen. The situation on the road can change at any moment, and if the driver can't react in time, they will pay with their life. And now imagine that you're driving on a busy road and suddenly notice that the driver of the car next to you is sound asleep. Fortunately, he's driving a Tesla.
He's driving a Tesla.
Strange, but okay. But after a while, you notice the same Tesla again with the same guy driving, and he's sleeping again. To be honest, we haven't been able to figure out which kind of sharks
Okay,
are
that's
in this video, but we're
scary.
sure these are sharks. You can enjoy this extreme experience in the Maldives, and we imagine you have to be really brave to do it. Although these sharks probably don't cause any harm to people, they still make you shiver.
Yeah,
well,
of course, it's
thanks
still
to
sharks,
Jaws
man.
for that. American architect Ronald Rail installed a pink seesaw on the US-Mexican border wall near El Paso, Texas, half in the US, half in Mexico. Thus, children and adults from the two countries were given the opportunity to play despite the barrier that separates them. Something like an idea of unity, which is easiest to convey through the game.
Great invention,
the point is
man.
quite simple. The
Unity.
two sides are always connected. What happens on one side will affect what happens on the other
Wow.
side. The architect said that the idea of creating this art object came to him 10 years ago, but he only made it real this year.
Nice
Trained
job.
dogs. You won't surprise anyone with them. Think of something more interesting. What about parrots? And we're not talking about the ability to imitate human speech or other sounds, but about real training. It turns out that if you want to, parrots can be taught how to play basketball. Of course, they won't be able to score a perfect three-pointer, but it's still pretty funny.
They could dunk. They could slam dunk. Hey, let's go. Hey, steals the ball.
On January morning, Daniel Bromley jumped into his car and went to a construction site in the Great Desert of Victoria in Western Australia. He was on a rescue mission, but he didn't know what kind of animal he would save that day. Daniel used to wake up at 3 a.m. every day and walk 15 kilometers along a trench dug in the middle of the desert. They were going to lay a gas pipeline there, but that wasn't why the guy came to the construction site. He was pulling out the animals that had accidentally fallen into the trench. The guy was just looking around when he saw a little mouse lying on the ground. It was very cold and hardly moving anymore. It's worth saying that there are a lot of mice in the Australian deserts, but there are also a lot of predators who don't mind having them for lunch. So these creatures are very cautious and scared.
They're so
And meeting
cute.
one of them is
Look at
very
that.
rare.
They're
Daniel
so
carefully
cute.
picked up the mouse, hoping for the best, but the tiny creature didn't even move. The man suspected that it was just numb and took the poor animal to his car. After 20 minutes under the heater, the poor rodent came to its senses.
Hey, God bless that man. You saved him.
But Daniel decided to wait until the evening. Only when the sun began to set, the guy released the mouse and it ran away happily.
Hopefully, he lived a long life and wasn't
Among
eaten
trees is
immediately
not a good
afterward.
idea, especially if you're not a professional. But some people dare to do
Whoa,
it because they are
that's
properly trained.
scary
For example,
and amazing at the
Sanni
same time.
Oksanen from Finland. This girl knows exactly what to do with a snowboard, and thanks to this, she
That's
can show
so
the world
creepy.
a real fairy tale Windsor.
That's a little bit better because you can see there's light in it.
It often happens
That
in
dark
movies
one
and
is so
detective
creepy.
novels that the perpetrator gets caught red-handed. Nevertheless, in real life, this hardly ever happens, let alone caught on camera. However, just for you, we found one unbelievable example. It happened in Seattle. A Costco employee noticed that two suspicious people, one of whom had a knife with him, were planning to carry a pretty large amount of expensive devices.
Oh, I've
through the
seen
forest.
this.
He
The
immediately called
police
and the
just
officers
waited
who
for
arrived at
them.
the scene hid at the gate. It wasn't long before the burglars came out and fell right
They
into
were
the
caught
hands of the
immediately. Like a rat in a trap. Gotcha. Gotcha. What you stealing there, buddy? What you stealing there?
He was arrested too. Authorities believe the group may have been responsible for another Costco robbery. Then the price of the stolen goods amounted to $2,200.
Oof.
Rena Casserly is a famous German acrobat and animal trainer. In his Instagram, you can find a lot of inspiring videos and photos, especially with elephants.
That's so fun to do. Imagine playing with animals.
Despite his rather young age, Rena knows how to communicate with these amazing animals and perform dizzying tricks with their help. Elephants help Rena to throw balls into the basketball rings, and they do it themselves. They also juggle and allow Rena to stand on their tusks. Moreover, they spin the hoop and also throw Rena around all the time, sometimes by themselves.
Imagine being
sometimes
friends with an
a
elephant.
seesaw.
That would
It
be the
looks like
coolest
they
thing.
adore their human. Rena's gang consists
Woo!
of 5 elephants, and the guy is
Yeah,
the
that's
7th
so
generation
fun.
animal trainer. It's not surprising that he finds it so easy to get along with elephants and
Dunk,
considers himself
yeah.
their friend. Rope jumping for a long time without stumbling isn't an easy thing to do. You lose your breath, you fall over your feet and so on. Skateboarding without falling also requires certain skills, otherwise you can end up in the hospital. But how about
A cat.
combining these two activities?
No.
No, we're not crazy. It's actually a thing. Look what this guy's
Whoa.
doing. By the way,
Whoa.
they say that some
Whoa.
masters can rope jump by
What?
skating together with
How?
the board. However, that's a whole
That's
other level.
incredible balance,
In
dude.
action movies, there's always a scene where a car stops abruptly, turns around and eventually stops right next to the sidewalk. Taxi movies are basically made up of these stunts, but how about a sharp braking on the water, and not on screen, but in real life? During a drill, Malaysian police officers showed how to quickly moor a boat to a pier or another
That's skill. Yeah, because they need to be able to do that to transition
Let's be
properly.
honest, only people with steel nerves can stand on the key during such a trick. Perhaps if these exercises hadn't been filmed, no one would have believed this was possible at all. Cool, too cool. However, some people online believe that the captain of the boat was helped by fenders, special devices that smooth the mooring. These can be car tires, special inflated cylinders, or spheres. and
Still, even though there's help, that's still hard to do.
Ended up stuck in the pier. Some people think that golf is an incredibly boring pastime that's suitable only for the elderly. You just roll a ball into a hole.
I definitely think that
No
as well.
adrenaline.
Like golf. I
Well,
think it
you
is,
probably
for
think
me,
that
it
only
is
because you've
boring.
never played golf in Florida, because here at any moment you can see an alligator. Alligators like to sit
What?
next to golf clubs because they're
I
often
would
built in
not want
places
to do
that
that.
are also
No
perfect for
way.
reptiles.
Hell
Usually
no.
These are warm areas with lakes and rich vegetation.
Hell
They're
no.
paradise for
I
these
would
creatures.
not
And
play
the fact that
golf
there are some
anywhere near a
weirdos with
crocodile,
clubs
man.
walking around, who cares about them? So alligators just ignore them.
Jesus, no.
Have you ever tried blowing out bubbles at low temperatures? They freeze almost instantly and
No,
form
because here in the
break. But if you
Philippines,
create a
there's
bubble
no
on
such thing as a
stable
cold
surface
temperature.
and find a good camera,
It's always
you
hot.
can see how the soapy water turns into ice. And you wouldn't believe how fascinating it can be if you hadn't seen the whole process for yourself. Of course, a special composition should be used. You have to use not only
That
soapy
is so
water,
cool.
but add some corn syrup and sugar to make the bubbles more resistant. It's also important to choose the right weather. The colder it is, the faster the bubbles will freeze.
Damn.
And don't forget about the wind. It can easily ruin the whole experiment.
Okay, that's it for the video, guys. Leave a comment down below if you'd like me to do more of these videos, and also remember to subscribe to Mind Warehouse because it's the one who made this video. Also, as I've said before, hit like and subscribe to our own channel, click the notification bell down there because we post daily, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if you like this, and that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.